Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the 18th episode of my Black Ops 2 attachment guide. In this episode, we're covering the grenade launcher. Featured in every Call of Duty game since COD 4, the underslung grenade launchers have been much maligned over their lifespan, to the point where their once impressive explosive power has now been reined in to but a niche role. In Black Ops 2, the underslung launcher is represented as the Heckler and Koch M320 design, the US Army's replacement for the older M203. This underbarrel option fires the same 40x46mm grenades as its predecessor, and extends a soldier's arsenal to tackle enemies indirectly. In Black Ops 2, the launcher is available for just the assault rifles. No other weapon class may equip it. It is incompatible with the Fore Grip, hybrid optic, and select fire. The grenade launcher has no direct effect on your weapon. Instead, it adds another facet to your loadout in a selectable underslung launcher. The single fire launcher comes equipped with 2 grenades, although these cannot be resupplied. Still, these 2 grenades cost only a single point, cheaper per grenade when compared to the lethal equipment options. The grenades are launched along an arcing path, detonating on impact, and as such can offer more instantaneous, longer-ranged explosive damage when compared to the hand-thrown alternatives. Damage is lower, however. While the effective radius is identical to both the Semtex and frag grenades, the lethal radius is much smaller. This means the launcher is best used to soften up defensive targets prior to a conventional assault, or to finish off already wounded foes who retreat into cover. Switching to and from your launcher should be done with care, however. If you're caught in a close-range firefight with your launcher prepped, you might find yourself quickly cut down. In addition to explosive damage, directly impacting your foe before the grenade is armed will dispatch them instantly with a single shot. But such close-range use of the launcher carries substantial risk. The grenade launcher is a simple way to add more explosives into your build. For a Grenadier class, it's a fairly logical point spend. The 2 grenades can be put to good use in objective game modes, where indirect fire on critical locations can wound or kill enemies intent on capture. Despite a lack of lethal effectiveness against flak jacket, wounding protected enemies will nonetheless make them easier to kill, and the grenade's blast will at the very least indicate the presence of a threat. The low damage is less of an issue in hardcore game modes, with damage sufficient to kill an unprotected enemy even at the very edge of the grenade's effective radius. However, the launcher is a very situational weapon, and is probably best avoided in deathmatch game modes. Regular bullets will prove more effective in most gunfights. Even in objective game modes, it can be a liability. Best fired from a safe location towards a contested objective to minimize the risk of being caught unready. Still, despite its limited lethality, the additional firepower can prove useful, and with some finesse, it's possible to arc grenades accurately over quite some distance. Just remember to allow T-10 seconds for activation before igniting propellant and thrusting deadly charge across graceful parabola. A successful landing will send your opponent into orbit, so prepare for launch and blast off into victory. Thanks for watching. This has been Xbox Ahoy. Join me for the next attachment guide, where I'll be covering the Iron Sight. Until then, farewell.